Hi guys, welcome back to Casual Reactions. My name's Taylor, and today we are going to be reacting to some more Sleep Token. If I seem a little bit off today, I am pretty sick. I went out and I have chronic illness, so I have to be very careful about what I eat when I eat out, and I wasn't careful enough last night, apparently. And so I don't feel good today. We'll just leave it at that. If I seem off, it's because I am. I feel like Garbo. So that's not going to get in the way of me worshiping today. If you would like to follow along, I am starting my journey from the very beginning. This is going to be, I think, the 4th or 5th song on this album, Sundowning. If you'd like to follow along, you can subscribe and like and leave some comments about what you think about this song and its meaning. I love to read what your guys' thoughts are. But we're going to go ahead and get this one started. This one is going to be Higher by Sleep Token.
You say you won't begin again. Capitulate and let me in, 'cause I am a fire and you are dry as bone. You are taking your time, you are killing me slow, and I know we instigate, go back and forth, lacerate, 'cause you can remember only when you're alone. I am granting you more than the debt that I owe, 'cause I look for scarlet and you look for ultraviolet.
Oh, good.
We are exhausted by all this pretending, we just can't resist the violence. And you need the melody, I only need the silence. But each time we battle, the blood and the fury takes us a little higher.
What the hell? I just keep getting goosebumps over and over.
All that you believe, you still refuse to shelter me, 'cause I am a danger and you're a long way from home. You are one among many, but you're now on your own. And the way you look at me when I am not understood, 'cause you can remember only when you're alone. I am granting you more than the debt that I owe.
Oh my God. Do I need to cry? I'm okay. Um, Holy shit. Okay. On that last scream,
You say
full body, full body, goosebumps. Um, I'm a little shaky right now, guys. I immediately feel better. I'm not sick anymore. Um, okay. So that was beautiful. I was not expecting it to get heavy after the last few songs. Um, I kind of was expecting this album to just be more of that. I don't want to say sad. I want to say like not down tempo. Just I don't know. Not this. Not that I didn't expect to hear these screams. And I know the offering is was here too, but I don't know why. I just anywho, wow. Um what I'm getting from it is a very toxic dynamic for sure. And honestly, I related a lot to it. Um I would like to know what, because I look for Scarlet and you look for Ultraviolet, means to you guys. I don't immediately understand what he's saying there. But I assume it's kind of like the rest of these lines. It seems like they are, not only toxic, but like almost like opposites that attract and cause a reaction, but a heated one. Um, and in terms of, my experience, it doesn't always start that way, but once it gets to, what was the line? Mm, but each time we battle, the blood and the fury takes us a little higher. Um, I think once the relationships or the dynamics or, it's not always just a relationship, but once it gets to a point where you, I guess, like start to desensitize to mistreatment and to maybe disrespecting each other, um, in disagreements or just in the dynamic in general, how you interact. I think that it starts to build and build and build, and that's what I was kind of getting. Like the fury takes us a little higher. Like once the relationship that I'm talking about kind of got toxic, uh, it's like every single argument or disagreement, it was more volatile than it had been, or hostile, or all of those, than it had been in the beginning. And it was because I think they were exhausted of pretending that, pretending that they wanted to communicate the way that I communicate. And I got tired of pretending, exhausted of pretending like I was okay. And so I started speaking more, speaking up for myself more, standing up for myself more. Like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Like, and reminding them even that I was not always treated this way. And that even was like a battle. And there was another line that it kind of reminded me of. I'm granting you more than the debt that I owe. I don't know. It was like I gave and gave and gave a little bit too much, and that, people can tend to get used to taking more and more and more. And then before you know it, like, you're like, why am I doing this? There's so much in this. I can't even really, it's very hard to put all, I had so many thoughts during this song. Even for, like, oh, where was it? It was about I'm the melody, or I like the melody and you like the silence. That was actually like very literal in In a few relationships, honestly, because as you guys know, I'm like a huge fan of music. I don't stop listening. I am one of Spotify's top listeners, and I can see how it would be annoying to people, but I can't change it. It's what makes me happy. And I've been in relationships where they need silence or want silence, and every time like they came home from work or something, I had to turn my music off. Even if yeah, that's how I don't know. There were signs. We're too different or we're different in these ways, and it's not something like you pretend for so long, and if you don't actually love that about the person, it can get really messy, and that's kind of what I'm getting from this. Yeah, you need a melody, I only need the silence. That was very literal for me. Um, yeah, let's see. Gosh, there's so much in here. This was a really this might be one of my top listens for the next few weeks, like on a heavy repeat because God, I loved the guitar in there. I loved his voice. I didn't even that little moment with the beat. I don't know. This wasn't definitely not what I was expecting. Um, I really liked this one. And it kind of fits in too with like the you guys actually reminded me in the comments after I recorded those last few videos, I actually went to visit family in a different state, and my grandparents are both recently, not super recently, they have had to be moved to a home, and now an even higher security home with a memory care unit because they both have dementia. And I've heard of sundowners, and I mean, when I first saw what am I trying to say? I think when you're in a dynamic like this, you are pretending so much sometimes that you are even fooling yourself. And I remember going to sleep, and the next day everything would be back to normal. Like it was like a reset, like nothing happened the night before sometimes. And it actually was a real issue for me that like things never got resolved. It was just like you go to sleep and we just forget about it. We just pretend like everything's okay. I don't know. Um yeah, I wish could put my thoughts together a little bit better for you guys because I have a lot that I'm trying to get across. Like I said, I'm really not all there today, but the chronic issues I have, they do give me pretty bad brain fog. It's starting to come back now that the adrenaline's going away. Um, so I think I'll leave it there for now. And I'll try to get my thoughts together for the next couple of videos. If you would leave your thoughts and comments on this song, I read them all. I would love to see what you guys think. Um, Again, a little help on that Scarlet and Ultraviolet line would be super cool. So I'm sure I could Google it, but there's probably a million theories out there. I know. So yeah, thank you guys for watching me ramble. If you guys want to join the journey, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. If you would like to follow us on Instagram, you can keep up with us there. And we also have a Ko-Fi that you can support us on if you would like to recommend a song for us to react to. And besides all of that, I think I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you later.